If you are over 60 and you have ever woken up at 3 in the morning, struggled to fall asleep, or felt unrefreshed after a full night in bed, brand new research published in 2026 has just revealed something about what that is doing to your brain. And it is more serious than simply feeling tired. Stay with me for the next 10 minutes, because the connection between your sleep tonight and your brain health for the rest of your life is stronger than almost anyone realizes. Welcome to Thrive After 60, where every week we bring you science-backed strategies for living stronger, sharper, and healthier in your 60s, 70s, and beyond. Please like and subscribe if you have not already. And before we begin, this video is for educational purposes only and is not a substitute for personalized medical advice. Always speak with your doctor about your individual situation. In October 2025, researchers at the Karolinska Institute in Sweden, one of the world's leading medical universities, published findings showing that poor sleep speeds up brain aging and may raise dementia risk. They used advanced brain scans to measure what scientists call brain age, a biological marker that can be older or younger than your actual age, depending on the health of your brain tissue. People with poor sleep quality showed signs of accelerated brain aging compared to people of the identical chronological age who slept well. This was not a small or isolated finding. In March 2026, a separate team published research in JAMA Network Open after studying brainwave recordings from approximately 7,000 people across 5 major studies. Using a machine learning model that analyzed 13 distinct features of brain activity during sleep, they created what they call a sleep-based brain age index. The people whose brain waves during sleep showed the most signs of aging had a significantly higher future risk of developing dementia, measured years before any symptoms appeared. But here is the finding that I believe every person over 60 needs to understand specifically. A study following nearly 350 older adults with a median age of 69 measured their sleep twice, 5 years apart. None of the participants had dementia at either measurement. Over the next 17 years, researchers tracked who went on to develop dementia. The result was striking. Each percentage decrease in deep sleep, what scientists call slow-wave sleep, was associated with a 27% increased risk of developing dementia and a 32% increased risk of Alzheimer's disease specifically. This is not about how many hours you sleep. It is specifically about the depth and quality of that sleep and whether it is declining over time. So why does deep sleep matter so much for your brain? The answer comes from one of the most important neuroscience discoveries of the last decade, something scientists call the glymphatic system. In May 2026, a leading neuroscientist at the University of Rochester Medical Center published a major review in the journal Science, proposing that many of the conditions linked to dementia, chronic stress, depression, cardiovascular disease, and fragmented sleep may all converge on a single biological problem: the disruption of a sleep-dependent brain rhythm that clears waste from the brain. Here is what happens during deep sleep that does not happen at any other time. Your brain's blood vessels rhythmically pulse, drawing cerebrospinal fluid through brain tissue in coordinated waves. This fluid flow flushes out metabolic waste products that accumulate during your waking hours, including amyloid beta and tau proteins, the same toxic proteins that build up in the brains of people with Alzheimer's disease. Scientists call this your brain's nightly cleaning cycle. and it depends almost entirely on reaching and sustaining deep, slow-wave sleep. If your sleep is shallow, fragmented, or frequently interrupted, even if you are technically in bed for 8 hours, your brain may never reach the depth of sleep required to complete this cleaning process. Over months and years, this means the toxic proteins associated with dementia have more time to accumulate and less opportunity to be cleared. This is also why the relationship between sleep and dementia appears to run in both directions. Researchers at Johns Hopkins have noted that we used to think dementia simply caused sleep problems through changes in the brain that disrupted normal sleep patterns. But more recent research has flipped this understanding. It is increasingly clear that sleep disturbances in otherwise healthy people can come first, contributing to the brain changes that eventually lead to dementia. Poor sleep is not just a symptom. It may be a cause. There is one more piece of this research that deserves your attention specifically. A 2026 study found that sleep timing, not just sleep quality, matters enormously. People with weak or disrupted circadian rhythms, meaning their sleep and wake times varied significantly from day to day, had a risk of cognitive decline 2.5 times higher than people with stable, consistent sleep timing. Your body's internal clock does not just tell you when to feel tired. It coordinates the biological processes, including brain waste clearance, that depend on a predictable rhythm. So now, you understand why this matters. Here is what the current research tells us to help address it. 1. Protect your sleep schedule as if it were a medical appointment. Go to bed and wake up at the same time every single day, including weekends. Your circadian rhythm depends on this consistency to coordinate your brain's nightly cleaning cycle effectively. 2. Create the conditions for deep, uninterrupted sleep rather than just more hours in bed. A cool, dark, quiet bedroom matters enormously for reaching slow-wave sleep. Avoid screens for at least 1 hour before bed. The blue light suppresses melatonin and delays your transition into deep sleep stages. 3. Be aware that background sound can either help or harm this process. Research on sleep shows that consistent low, steady ambient sound, such as rainfall, gentle green noise, or low-frequency tones, can help mask disruptive noises that cause micro-awakenings throughout the night, allowing you to stay in deeper sleep stages for longer. 4. Address sleep apnea if you snore loudly or wake up gasping. Johns Hopkins researchers specifically flag untreated sleep apnea as a major and treatable cause of fragmented sleep that prevents deep sleep stages, and it is significantly underdiagnosed in adults over 60. If your partner has mentioned loud snoring or breathing pauses during your sleep, speak to your doctor about a sleep study. 5. Reduce alcohol, especially within 3 hours of bedtime. Alcohol may help you fall asleep faster, but it significantly fragments sleep architecture later in the night and reduces the amount of slow-wave sleep you achieve, directly undermining the brain cleaning process this entire video has been about. 6. Track changes in your sleep over time, not just how you feel on any single night. The research consistently shows that gradual decline in sleep quality, not a single bad night, is what correlates with increased dementia risk. If you have noticed your sleep has become progressively lighter, more fragmented, or less restorative over the past months or years, mention this specifically to your doctor. Your brain depends on what happens while you are sleeping every single night more than anyone realizes. The science is now telling us clearly that sleep is not simply rest. It is active, essential maintenance for the brain. Check the description for the products I personally recommend to support better sleep and brain health. And if you are looking for calming background audio to help you fall asleep tonight, our other channel, Pure Sleep Sounds, has hours of ambient sound designed exactly for this. The link is below. If this video helped you, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone over 60 who has been dismissing their sleep problems as just part of getting older. It may very well change their life.